All right, so because of what the pastor of Salvation Ministry said, that anybody will criticize them or use police arrest them, that is David Ibeyomi. So I took my time yesterday to go through his preachings, and I think I understand why he says if you criticize him, they will arrest you. It is because he says a lot of nonsense. And truly, the man who like criticism. Because when I post yesterday, I see some people, some writers go in comment section, he start to delete comments. Do you understand? Now, I will show you people what I saw. Like I said, he says a lot of nonsense. A lot. For now, Prophet Jeremiah, I will take break from you. You understand? Let's start David Ibeyomi today. And throughout this week, we're going to continue. Now, let me play this.
The sin that Adam did, what was the sin he committed? That God will get so angry as Adam, you mean you committed this sin? Get out here. Because you need to ask questions. What is it that Adam touched? If it was apple, then you and I should not eat apple again. Adam touched the tithe. Was the only thing God told him not to touch. He said, this one is yours, but this is mine. Now let me say this to you to humble you. If you don't want to prosper, then you're not ready for heaven. Because he said the streets of heaven, don't be holier than God. So every time you touch your tithe, you are living in dishonesty. You are tampering with that which God has told you not to. The sin that Adam did, what was the sin he committed? That God will get so angry as Adam, you mean you committed this sin? Get out here. Because you need to ask questions. What is it that Adam touched? If it was apple, then you and I should not eat apple again. Adam touched the tithe. Was
now just imagine this preaching. Imagine preaching something like this. Like this now. Because of this preaching, you have scared a lot of people in the church. Like this now, a lot of them will be so scared. Even if they don't get money for tithes, they feel borrow, come pay. Imagine bending the Bible for your own selfish interest. Because you want people to pay tithes. Just imagine it. Now, I don't know much about the Bible. But when I was locked up in prison, I took my time and I studied the Bible a little. And I can tell you for a fact that what this man is saying here is all lies. How? The story of the Bible says that God created Adam, then he brought in Eve to support Adam. The reason why they were chased out of the Garden of Eden was because God gave them an instruction about the forbidden fruits. And he said, this is the fruit of good and evil. Do not go close to the fruit. And then they went to eat the fruit. Then when they realized that they were naked, God said, okay, these people they now have the knowledge I don't want them to have. So it's now time for them to go out of the kingdom. So leave. Now, he now placed a curse. And he said, from today, man, you shall till the ground. You go suffer, you will sweat before you eat. While women, your punishment is that before you give birth, there will be pains during childbirth. By this time, tithing have not yet existed. Because when their eyes were blind, when they could not see anything, they had everything in the garden. You want yam, you want tomato, you want bole, anything you want is in the garden. God gave them in abundance. Eat anything you like. Just don't eat this one. There was no tithing. They could eat anything. Now, when this curse happened, they left the Garden of Eden. Then they gave birth to Cain and Abel. I want to believe, based on what I read in the Bible, that the first tithing came from Cain and Abel. That the first tithing, because that was when Cain, according to what God taught, God said, from now on, man shall till the ground before they eat. Do you understand? So Cain being a farmer, then Abel being a shepherd, carrying sheep around. You don't go into poultry business and livestock business. Do you understand? Then this guy being a farmer, so it was now time for tithes. That's when I can say there was the first tithes. Going by the Christian religion about tithing, that's when I can say, okay, yes, that is the first tithes. Cain and Abel. So okay, it's appreciation day. Let's go and give God something, which they have now turned to 10% according to the religion now. Pastors of nowadays. Okay, let's give God something. What will I give God that will make God smile? Then Abel said, you know what? Let me give you my finest sheep. The one where no get spots. Then he carried it. And he sacrificed. According to the story, excuse me, then God smiled and said, very dark man Abel, you are my son. Take. Now Cain, taking his own tithes to God, He go find one fruit where don't spoil because he won't make money. He said, this is the one that we give God. Then he took it to go and give it to God. But God didn't accept it. God said, no. What you cannot eat, you want to give it to me to eat. Is that what you are doing? Me that gave you life? Are you paying for your breath? You're not paying for your breath too. I gave you eyes to see. I gave you hands to work. I gave you bola to knack. Knacking is one of the sweetest things on earth. I gave you bola to knack. And by that time, I see that bola is big. Pass our own now. Give you strong long bola. So you give me what you will not eat. And God said, no, I won't take it. And back then, if you know when God diverse, God they communicate with the people directly. You see the magic now, you will see signs and wonders. Then Cain now got angry. That why this Abel, this very dark man, so then boom, pa. Now that's when I can say the first tithes in the Bible happened. So imagine David Ibeyomi now twisting everything upside down to say the reason why the reason why Adam was sent out of the Garden of Eden is because he did not pay tithes. Therefore, saying that if you don't pay tithes, God will not want to associate with you. God will not smile on you. God will chase you out. So you will come make a lot of your members now. They will fear. They will be so scared to bring the tithes to you. You see the kind of manipulation where they get down. No wonder you said anybody when criticize you, they will lock them up. I'll be waiting for me to be locked up. I'll be coming to Nigeria very soon. I won't see who won't lock me up. Say I talk about David Ibeyomi. I want to know if we don't have law again. If our police are people that they are paying to go and work. If that's how they work, let's also pay money. We go contribute money for them to pick David Ibeyomi up. Since that's what our police have done to, because indirectly that's what David Ibeyomi is saying. If you criticize me, they will lock you up. It's not that he said, I will make sure I sue you. I don't care whatever the person say. Even if the person like me spoil your name. Go for a civil case. But saying they will lock the person more is some form of craziness. Power don't reach you here. Power don't choke you. Oppression don't choke you. And that's why I always say, I talk I say a lot of these pastors are the problem we'll get for that country. They brainwash the youth not to move. They manipulate the youth not to move and wait that, oh yes, one miracle is coming somewhere. Just keep praying and paying your tithes. It's a problem. It's a very big problem. So, Pastor David Ibeyomi, the criticism just started. After all, no be me go secretly record you. Now you post them online. So if it is online, I can give my fair comment. Just the way a lot of people give their fair comment. I know they go arrest anybody. Yes, if you talk, if I decide to respond, I respond. Then people who know me go say, okay, yes, this one very dark man talk here. Okay, this one very dark man talk here. We know like him. Very dark man is being manipulated. Very dark man is this. Very dark man. No problem. But will I arrest somebody? I mean, I can't compare myself with you. But then again, you are mortal. You are a human being like me. Be careful, Papa. But this period, you're going to learn and you will learn the hard way. Now, me and you get internet this period. Peace and love, don't play.
So, yesterday, I posted a video and it's that of Verydark Black Man and a popular and not so popular pastor. His name is Ibeyomi. He's one of the sons of prosperity preacher and teacher, Bishop David Oyedepo. Well, you know that it is common that children replicate, manifest that their father constantly puts right in front of them. And if you want to be a good son, like how the sons of Bishop Oyedepo, I'm not talking about his biological children, I'm talking about his spiritual children. If you want to be a good son, then you definitely want to behave like your father. Now, what is it about Bishop David Oyedepo? He's a man who has manifested. Let me put it that way. He has manifested, if you understand what I mean. And what do I mean, in case you don't understand? I mean, he has been able to create a niche big enough to swallow whatever for himself. He's a prosperity teacher, and he has raised a lot of sons. His sons, they manifest like him, they speak like him, they talk like him, and some of them are even ready to do more. You might see some of them braggadocious because it's about prosperity. And you know, the thing about mammon, the thing about money, it does a lot of things to the minds of whoever it is that loves it. Now, am I saying money is not good? No, that's not what I'm saying. Now, Verydark Black Man, he came in at a time, a moment where social media is so powerful. It's a powerful tool, and it makes social media kind of the impact of social media is so strong, so powerful, so effective that it can wake someone from his home in a village somewhere and someone from the city, town, and bring them all together to connect dots and to do good or do bad. So, Ibeyomi said that anyone who castigates him or speaks about him, and nobody should talk about him, and before someone say this Niger Delta man is becoming this and that he doesn't want to go to that length where he will be calling, asking or paying police officer or employing police officer. You know how these things are in Nigeria. To go after people, arrest them, bully them, petition them, drag them to court, whatever. He said all of these things, and he was actually referring to certain people, and maybe Verydark Black Man, who took it upon himself to kind of call out David Ibeyomi, or call out whoever it is that he feels is not flowing according to what his thoughts are or what he feels the society needs. So Ibeyomi spoke, and like David Oyedepo, his spiritual father, they have a way of saying certain things, and of course these are men who have influence, let's not lie. But you know the thing about influence and the misuse of power and the structure that we have, where you have a spiritual son that is a DPO, a police officer, or a member of one of the elite secret police called SSS, DSS in Nigeria, or you have a military friend, a colonel that you have prayed for, and this person got thinks, or maybe spiritually they helped the person, let me put it that way, or the person thinks that somehow he was helped spiritually by this person. These people misuse power. Yes, they misuse power. In fact, all over the world, people misuse power. That's the truth. It's not something that is just for Nigeria. They misuse power, and there's supposed to be a check and balance. So he spoke in a way that made people, of course, and other people, Verydark Black Man, you know, kind of want to balance what he's saying. Like, oh God, gone are those days where you guys think you can bully people, you can do this, you can do that. And we are ready. We are ready. You can't go on social media and begin to talk and begin to say, hey, I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to do that to you. So thinking that whenever utterances like that come out of your mouth, people will just kind of just bow and then run away because they don't want you to call the police. Social media has become so powerful to deal with whoever. I'm not saying that these guys cannot do things secretly. Like, of course, they can do wicked things secretly. Like, make sure this guy disappears. And somehow something will happen to that person. And they will hope that social media is not there to capture whatever wicked acts of theirs that is being perpetrated. But with social media, it will be very difficult for certain wicked acts to stay covered. So talk about Verydark Black Man and Bishop David Oyedepo. I think I will start with Bishop David Oyedepo and then move to Ibeyomi so that you can have a better understanding. You know, one other guy, one of the sons of Bishop David Oyedepo came out, he spoke about poverty, he spoke about how Jesus Christ was sold because of poverty, how if Judas was rich, and Judas would have sold Jesus Christ, as if rich people cannot be greedy. He missed it there, that a rich person can be greedy. He said that it will be very difficult for a rich man to easily, fall prey to certain things. He said, because you have to be rich for you to be a fornicator, adulterer, or, he spoke about some things that made sense to certain people, but didn't really make sense at the long run. But he himself He's the only one that understands what he's trying to achieve or attain with whatever it is he's saying. Don't forget that the kind of job that they do, talking job, there are times that you lose track. You cannot be so eloquent, even if you're a professional orator or whatever. You have the skill, the talent, whatever. There are times that you will say certain things that you will be wondering why and where did this come from. But because you've said it, and you do not want to lose that respect, you don't want people to see you like it's like this guy is not. They want they want to create this image of being infallible. Like people without some imperfection in them. So Oyedepo, like I was saying, there are certain things that he will say, and then he will stand by it. Such is life. So back to Ibeyomi, same thing. He spoke about some Bible whatever stories. When I mean by whatever, I'm not trying to demean the Bible. I can't even do that. What I mean is that his translation, interpretation of it. He said the reason why what happened to Adam is because Adam ate his tithe. Now, whatever it is that they preach is always centered on money. It's always centered on money. One of them once said that Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ passed away because Jesus Christ did not pay tithe. That there is no part that is registered in the Bible that Jesus Christ paid tithe, and therefore the law must operate regardless of. So it's so funny. Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and Jesus Christ, who is the Son of God, that came from that place of understanding, all of a sudden will not fulfill what he's supposed to fulfill as a human being. And then it's we human being that now must fulfill that Jesus Christ did not fulfill. I wonder where that song that they sing, that you want to be like Jesus Christ, I don't know where we are going to start that song from. So many of them have uttered certain things, all in a bid to please members and to stand correct, to sound correct. They please members with so many doctrines that are doctrines of the dark, wicked doctrines of the devil. They fleeced, and they now do not want you to counter whatever it is that they say because they have a friend. Some of them are pastors because they learned they went to learn the work like vocation. The demons inside of them is still there. The demons of their ancestors is there. The demons they met or caught along the way is still inside of them. And once in a while, it replicates in them when they speak. Yes. So that somebody is a pastor does not mean that the person is with God or for God. And they learn the work, like how you can go and learn something. Like there's no job and you have passion to talk, and then you go and learn. You go to learn how to talk. Then you come on the pulpit and be repeating the Bangladesh and that some people have said, and you keep repeating it and you keep maintaining the whatever. Some of them are motivational speakers. Motivational speaker. We have them all over the world. Their own job is to talk. Their talk does not mean that that's what they do, but they will make it appear like this thing that we used to say to you guys. Don't think we don't practice it. That is what has made us what we have. But in truth, it's not like they've opened any business per se. They're just hoping that you listen to them, give them money, and then they can use that money to buy expensive cars, and they keep telling you that what you are saying is because they are smart. Of course, they are smart for you to listen to them. It's still service. Anyway, Verydark Black Man. Let's go to Verydark Black Man. He's pointing out certain things, like delving into some Bible stories that he has learned or heard, and he's saying that, are you trying to tell us that this? Are you trying to tell us that Cain and Abel? Are you trying to tell us this and that? It's not a crime. Everyone has, you can question, you can query. Any pastor that says you should not query them, if you query them, you will end up in hell. That person must have his or her brain checked. You have to query. Nobody can tell anybody, don't query, don't ask questions. I am infallible. Whatever I say, God will punish this person because what I say is from the voice of God. I am this. That such a person is a terrorist. That such a person is a terrorist. So anyone that says that kind of thing should be have his or her mind checked. Whatever you say can be checked, can be cross-checked. Nobody should come and be telling somebody, I have spoken and that's it. No. Everything has to be checked. So if Ibeyomi is saying that he's going to arrest one person, lock this person up, condemn this one to the prison, hang this one in the moon, in the sky, break this one's neck, and all of that, it's possible that he can. Don't get me wrong. It's possible that he can. He has the arsenal to do these things, but what will come after it is what he himself might not be able to. But being that, people will do what he does, and like they use police to arrest some people, which I'm not saying we can't say because you're a pastor, then you should stay and people will just throw shit at you and you say, stay like that. No, he's also a human being. That's what you need to understand at the end of the day. He will fight the way he can fight. As long as you're fighting within the ambits of the law, it's fine. But if you take advantage, if you want to take advantage now, you want to take advantage because you have influence, you want to call one of your spiritual sons to now be arresting people up and down, to now be locking people. You want to use that tools of oppression that you guys have maintained for a long time, yet calling on the government and saying, because if some government are not favorable to you guys, they are not favorable to you, then that's when you want to call out. But if you are giving space to park your private jet for free, if you are giving diplomatic passport, even though you are not part of the government structure, then you are fine with it, then everything is okay. But if you are not getting those freebies, then they begin to kind of say this person is not in love with the church, is not adding value to the church, is not making the church happy. We've heard several of these things. We know how these things work. But the truth of the matter still remains. The truth of the matter still remains that we will keep fighting and standing our ground strong against any form of oppression. Doesn't matter if it comes from someone with a title, man of God. We are all men and women of God. No one created himself. We are all men and we all come from the same source, even though some people are sold to wickedness and evil. So we will not allow one person to now hoodwink or manipulate and then begin to quote scriptures and begin to act like God lives in them alone. No. It's not going to work. It is not going to work. Everyone is going to stand side by side. Yeah, making sure that we arrive to where we are supposed to arrive. And where are we trying to arrive? To a place where there is sanity, to a place where the rule of law, and to a place where things are done appropriately and correctly. So that's basically, yes, Verydark might overshoot. He might overshoot certain places in his conversation, like he will speak in a certain way. He is also not infallible. He's also not someone who cannot be corrected. He can also be corrected. But the truth of the matter is, as this thing stands, as I'm looking at it, anyone that thinks that it's going to remain business as usual, well, either you're a pastor, apostle, whatever, if you think it is going to be business as usual, you have made the greatest mistake, because it's no longer business as usual. It's no longer how it used to be. That's the point. It's no longer how it used to be. No. Things have changed. In fact, life has moved to another point where if you are not careful, if you think you will bully this and that, you will not. I look at, Jeremiah Omotofofonye. He tried, like, Verydark man, why you? The thing is that the excesses of some of these pastors is what caused this. It's not like some of them have not been, good. They've added value to people's life in their own way and all of that. But, there are certain things that people started observing and they felt like, no, we cannot continue and allow this wickedness and sin. God forbid. We can't. That's basically what prompted them, it prompted people like, no. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't know. Drop your comments. See you in the next update.